I've tried recording the audio for this 2 times. First time my dog started playing with me and there was too much background noise and I tried to filter it out. And it didn't go well, and the second time I just rambled on about reels for 10 minutes, and I feel like that's not really enjoyable. And I'd rather talk about the project that's actually being shown on the screen. But I think a few months ago I got really into web art and creating art that is hosted on my own website so it can stay there and not be drowned out by algorithms, which I really like. I think more people should host their own work on their own websites, and it's such a shame that people just don't realize that that's an option. NeoCities is free. You don't even need to buy a domain or hosting like I do. I get bankrupt. Oh god. Yeah, it's over for me. Yeah. Anyways, I got really into it, made a bunch of them really fast, and I completely forgot about it, probably because I hate coding, I hate JavaScript. Almost all of my projects involve JavaScript in some way, and I'm horrible at it. I'm so fucking bad, and I've just kind of fully given up on it. So it's not really going well, but with enough Googling, I usually get it figured out, except with this website here where originally I wanted it to show a new image after you click on a specific area, but for some reason, no matter how hard I tried, the code wouldn't really work, and I couldn't figure out why, so I had to copy and paste the code from a different project, which was basically the exact same thing with just different images. And for some reason it fucking worked, but it wouldn't work when I wrote it myself. So I think I'm just not a coding person, I'm an art person, which is fine. I think around that time I also got really into the idea of being a coder and doing coding as a job instead of being an artist, because I was just done with social media, which is kind of dog shit and the only option pretty much as an artist at this point. You've got to have at least a decent social media presence before you can make money, except not really, because I've got one person that consistently buys my work and I love her so much and I'm very grateful for her. She's got a tattoo of my work and she bought a painting of mine recently, which is really lovely. I love her so much and I'm very grateful for her, and I just wish I had more people like that because it would help so much, because I hate being broke. I had a job for 3 weeks. I worked 3 days a week, maybe 2, and it was from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., which I didn't really like. It was horrible hours, and one time I missed the night bus to my workplace and I had to walk on the road next to cars to get to work, and it was very stressful, and I was I'm not doing this again. I also saw a guy no, I don't remember if that was the same day, but I saw a guy almost get hit by cars a bunch of times while waiting for the bus, which wasn't really nice. I really didn't enjoy that. I can't tell if he was just extremely drunk or trying to kill himself. Anyways, yeah, back to web art. I think I've seriously neglected all of my projects, because I use a to-do list, or I use TickTick for all my project organization, and I've noted down a bunch of ideas for websites. There's one where it's there's a big apartment block and there's windows and there's lights on and they're all flickering and you can click on them and look into the little lives of bunny people. And there's another one that's a WhatsApp, a recreation of the WhatsApp opening interface, and it's about loneliness and obsession and shit like that, BPD princess shit. And I've never finished that because I get lazy, I get distracted. I'm let's work on this for 10 minutes and then fuck off and do something else. I think I've just been really back into traditional art recently and haven't really felt the need to interact with a computer more than I have to, even though I'm basically on my laptop all day, which is probably isn't good for me or my practice, but I like having shit on in the background. I think most people do, and I think it's kind of insane if you just work in complete silence, which I think it could be nice. I really want a vinyl player right now. I think vinyl players are really cool. I don't have space for one. Okay, never mind. Not a vinyl player. I really want a cassette, a cassette and CD player, because I got 2 cassettes for very cheap, a year ago. Not even a year ago. 2 years ago, basically. And I haven't been able to listen to them. I got a fucking Walkman off of eBay, and it wouldn't work, and I got so sad because I got really excited to finally listen to my Don Cherry cassette. It's so crazy that I went to a really small city. I went to a dog shit city and I found a Don Cherry cassette and I got really excited. I was "Ooh, I love Don Cherry," and I was I need to get a Walkman. I get one. It's fucking broken and I can't open it because of the screws. The screws are completely fucked and I can't open it to fix it. And at this point I feel it's not really worth it to fix it. So I don't care that much. And at some point I probably should get a CD and cassette player, because I think it would be lit to just have I think it's analog. It would be nice to just have analog music that I can kind of listen to without the need of phones and like technology and shit like that. Even though cassette players are still technology, they're just not as distracting as phones can be. Phones are kind of evil. I love my phone because I can listen to music on it and I can check my emails, but I hate it because it is crazy distracting and I'm like addicted to checking my TikTok and seeing how many likes I've gotten. It probably isn't good, but it's also not bad, so yeah. Anyways, what else is there to talk about? I've created so many websites. I think I made one that was based off of the last sermon by Paul Gauguin, and I like inserted myself in the role of Gauguin and my boyfriend on the other side, and that was nice. It was like about love, and I think using Gauguin's painting, where he inserted like the child he was obsessed with, probably isn't the best painting to use about love, but I really like the painting. The colors are splendid. So yeah, the painting is also, I'm doxing myself, but the painting is in my city, and I visited it so many times since it's back. I think I got to see it once in person in like 2021 or 2022 when I got like a really really obsessive Gauguin, and then they suddenly took it away for some reason, and then only late last year they like did a big refurbishing of the gallery, and they added it back, and I'm so happy. I have not gone to the gallery enough since then to like see it, but I've seen it like 3 times maybe. I really should. I think a New Year's resolution of mine is to just like go to places alone more, because I'm really really bad at it, and I think just being alone in the gallery really stresses me out, because I draw a bunch and then people always like stare and like you stand out too much, and like one semi recently when I went, like this worker came up to me and was like, "Do you want a chair?" And that kind of I don't know why it stressed me out. It was a very lovely thing to do, because usually when I get like approached in galleries, it's like, I was in Frankfurt last year, and a worker was like, "Sir, please, put your bag to your front." I obviously am not gonna hit a fucking like sculpture with my bag. My bag was tiny, and I was very like aware of it, and there's not enough like people in the gallery for it to be that crowded where I would be forced to like walk very close to a sculpture and like knock it off of its stand. That's definitely not how it works, but yeah, I guess it's just their job. But also, I'm very mad because he spoke to me in English, even though we're in Germany and I speak German. I'm from Germany, I'm from Frankfurt, and I'm mad. I've lived abroad too long. I'm not German anymore. I mean, my German is really broken, but like, still, I guess it's you're better safe than sorry. There's like a lot of tourists there, so it makes sense. So that's not going to stop me from being very upset. I should look German. I can't look German. I'm brown, but I mean, there's plenty of brown people in Germany that speak German, so crazy. Anyways, I think, yeah, I just want to go to more art galleries alone, and I also want to travel, which is kind of a hard thing to do when you don't have a job and no money. So you should probably subscribe to my Patreon. I do like monthly zines, which is really cool. You could get a zine a month. It's nice, isn't it? Anyways, yeah, I want to go to London a bunch. I have a friend in London, so I could probably stay at hers. But I want to go to the National Gallery in London a bunch. I went last time and I loved it so fucking much. It was really scary because they had like metal detectors at the entrances, and that freaked me the fuck out for some reason. But I guess it's fair with like all the people throwing soup at paintings and shit like that. But yeah, I want to go to more European art galleries, because I also went to one in Cologne, and they had Roscoe there. They had they had like a moderately sized Picasso section. They had Twombly, they had Jackson Pollock as well, I think, and it was so lovely. They also, an artist I discovered while I was in Germany, his name is Otto Dix, I think. Is it Otto Dix? I think it is. He did like this painting of Adam and Eve, and I love it so much. I have like a print of it that I got at the gallery, and I'm looking at it right now, and I love it so much. But yeah, there's so much art to see, and I definitely haven't seen enough of it, and it's such a shame that like travel limits you so much from like seeing work, because the collections are so scattered, and like so much of like art you want to see, like if you go to the country the artist is from or like resided in, they usually won't have like most of their work. It's like all scattered around in America. I'm not going to fucking America just for like I might. It's so expensive, but I probably should go to America just for like the Roscoe Chapel, because it seems so splendid, so splendid. It seems so nice, and I just really want to see more Roscoe's in work. I got so excited over the Roscoe. They had like these little security bars, like motion sensors in front of each painting, and the like, you know how in galleries there's like text you can read about like the artist, about them, about the work. They had that like behind the motion sensor in like the corner of a wall, and I had to like pass the motion sensor, and I always like set it off, and the gallery tenant would like come in and like be, is Alice okay? Or like, I don't know, maybe I don't remember that much. But yeah, it was really embarrassing because I was really scared to think I was like trying to slash it or something, which I would never do. Maybe I should do that for attention. I think that could be kind of lit. Just like completely destroy like $1 million painting and like get put in jail for that. Wouldn't that be so nice? I wouldn't have to worry about digital marketing anymore. I would finally be free. But yeah, I think this is better. Rambling about like galleries is probably better than rambling on about reels for 10 minutes. So I'm fine with this. But there's so many artists I haven't seen in person yet.